You end up in this really painful cycle where one spouse keeps trying harder and harder to prove that they have changed, and the other spouse keeps feeling more and more pressured to believe something they have not actually experienced yet. That gap is real, and it's not always about effort. Sometimes the effort is genuinely there. The growth is genuinely happening, and the spouse on the receiving end still cannot feel it. And that's not because they're broken or cruel or punishing, it's because trust does not work that way. But the spouse on the receiving end of this, they may not be ready to give that sign yet. Not because they're trying to punish, and not because they want their partner to suffer, not because they've already decided that it's over, but because trust does not rebuild at the pace of insight. It rebuilds at the pace of experience. And that is a really important distinction that I want to just sit with for a moment here. But your spouse can feel the difference between you changing for your own integrity and you changing to get a result. And one of those things is safe to trust, and the other is not, because it means the change might stop when the result does not. What if their guardedness is not rejection? What if their guardedness is protection? When someone has been hurt repeatedly in a relationship, not just once, but in a pattern that played out over months or even years, their nervous system does not get the memo just because their partner has new insight. Their nervous system is not convinced by announcements, and it's not convinced by promises, and it's not even fully convinced by apologies. It's convinced by repeated experiences over time. Caution after being hurt is not a character flaw, it's wisdom. Suspicion says, I already know the verdict. Nothing that happens can change it. But discernment says, I'm going to stay wise, I'm going to watch for consistency, and I'm going to let what actually happens inform what I believe. There is a difference between proving change and practicing change. And the difference matters more than almost anything else in a healing marriage. Practicing change sounds like, I understand why this still hurts. I know one apology does not erase a pattern that built up over years. I'm not going to pressure you to trust me before you're ready. I want to become someone consistent, not just someone convincing. I can hear your pain right now without needing to defend myself. Fear-based change is fragile. It tends to hold up when things are good and fall apart under pressure. It depends on getting a certain response to sustain itself. Commitment-based change is different. It holds up even when it's not rewarded, even when your spouse is still hurting, even when the relationship still feels uncertain. In marriage crisis, the problem is almost never just one conversation. It's almost never just one incident. It's a pattern. One person pursues, the other withdraws. One person criticizes, the other defends. One person shuts down, the other escalates. One person feels unheard, the other feels attacked. One person wants closeness, the other needs space. And both people start protecting themselves. And the more they protect themselves, the less safe the relationship becomes. And the less safe it becomes, the more they protect themselves. Emotional safety is when I know that I can be honest with you and you won't punish me for it. It's when I can still be hurting and you will not rush me. It's when I take responsibility for something without being destroyed by shame because you're not weaponizing my accountability against me. It's when I can ask for space and you will not chase me or go cold. It's when I can ask for connection and you won't mock me or dismiss me. It's when I can make a mistake and we can repair. It comes from each person asking themselves the same question. What is mine to own right now? Not what should they be doing, not what are they failing at, not why are they wrong, just what is mine? That question is where your power actually lives. Most people in a marriage crisis are asking the wrong question. The spouse trying to change is asking, how do I get my spouse to believe that I have changed? And the hurt spouse is asking, how do I force myself to trust again? Both of those questions make sense, and both of them will keep you stuck.